Hey guys, it's the Arty Gamer, back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Okay, now you know how this works, guys. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, let's go. Wow, going on my spiral coaster there. And I'm looking a little bit fresher today. I got my earrings in. I'm looking that bold. Anyway, guys, if you are new here today and you're into retrospectives, complete and boxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you really are enjoying the artsy game of mess and madness and want to get notified when your next video goes live, then yeah, just pop on your notification bell, powered by Tails. Anyway, today, guys, we are going to do another complete and boxed experience, but we're actually moving up in time back to 2025, and we are going to be having a little look at Split Fiction, baby. Oh, yes. Now, some of you may have seen my TikTok post. Yeah, I think they're called posts. I guess they're not live, so I guess they're called a post that went up yesterday. And on the 24th of this month, so Christmas Eve, David, Adam, Richards, Ryan, and myself, we're going to team up. We're going to play couch co-op online, and we're going to be playing Split Fiction. So I thought, yes, just to whet your appetite, I'm going to do a complete and box experience of this today. And this is me going into it for the first time. I have never played this game before. Yes, I've seen some footage on YouTube and stuff like that, but haven't really watched. I was about to say walk and watch at the same time then. I haven't watched any walkthroughs, that's what I was going to say. So yeah, I am pretty much going into this blind. So I'd love to do my thoughts and feelings as me as a gamer, as me as an artist, going into this without being... Guys, my words. Let's just take a sip. I thought I was doing so well. So let's reset. Come on. Rough and ready. Yeah, sorry, just giving you some interpretations as an artist, as a gamer, without me even playing it before. And then, yes, absolutely, once we've all completed this game, I will then go back and give another deep dive on my thoughts and feelings after I've played with it. And yeah, I love that. I love how that's the way the channel is going at the moment. I love it. I've already done with my Harry Potters. I've done a little bit with Crash Bandicoot, some of the GTAs as well. So yeah, it's been really fun. And again, thank you for joining me for the journey. But yes, we are going to get straight into this today. We're going to be having a look at the front. We're going to be having a look at the back. The somewhat slip that is involved with this, and of course the disc. So yeah, here we go. So now, what really caught my eye with this awesome box art here is that slash down the middle and then the two zones that you can play in here. So we've got kind of like a medieval fantasy world down here, which I think is really cool. And then up the top, we've got some sort of sci-fi world, really scary, maybe a little bit unknown, maybe a bit spacified, which is what I like to say. So yeah, that looks really, really cool. And what I love about this is this so gives me Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart vibes as well. Now, I have played that game. What a fantastic game that is. I mean, I'm a massive Ratchet and Clank fan anyway. Actually, funny enough, I've got the reverse cover on here, but if I just take this out to show you guys the resemblance of what they've gone for here. So yeah, look at that. Very, very similar, don't you think? Look, you've got kind of this zone here, and then it splits away with that flash of lightning, and then you've got the other zone here, and it's obviously you're playing in two zones, which again, for me, as a Ratchet and Clank fan, I thought, oh my God, this is awesome. We're going to be playing as two of these characters here. What are they called? Warlocks? Wombats?
Warlocks, wombats.
You'll have to. I mean, I'm a massive fan and I don't even know myself. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But yeah, I love that. And before I went into this game, that's kind of like the vibe I got. I was like, oh, okay, we could play as two characters here. I like the vibe that they've gone for here. Look, two zones, two mystery zones at that, which I thought was really cool. Maybe one lighter, maybe one a little bit darker. So that really caught me. This box art here screams, and I am yet to do a complete unbox experience of this, so I sure will, absolutely. Maybe as we're on a little bit of a hype with the PlayStation 5, I could tie this in somewhere, maybe over Christmas, absolutely. But yeah, I loved how they did that with this box art. And yeah, absolutely, because I believe that kind of triggered me as a gamer, this definitely did as well. So I like it. I like the style that they've gone for, like that Ratchet and Clash. Ratchet and Clank, oh my God, not Crash Bandicoot. I can't get my words out today. You can always tell when I'm a little bit excited because I can never get my words out. But yeah, that really rocks. Now, I like how they have kept it quite simple as well. It's simple yet effective, isn't it? Which is what I like. You can obviously tell that you're going to be playing as two players. Great. You can obviously see that there's going to be two mystery zones that you're going to be dipping and diving and swooshing into. That's great. And instantly you can see there's probably going to be a little bit of combat there, a bit of action, just the way the characters are presented in this box art here. Kind of got a bit of an uppercut going on there. Nice. They're floating in the air as well, so it looks like you're going to be kind of flying into these zones, which are really great. And then just in the backdrops, you've got just maybe areas that you can explore, which I think is great. And look at this, which is what really caught my eye. Very, very distant in the backdrop there, but it looks like you've got some sort of like snake or some sort of monster curling round some of the architecture there, which I think is great. So, again, as a game, you're like, yeah, okay, maybe a boss fight there. Are both of us going to have to take on this together, work together to take that down, which I think is really awesome. And yeah, here we go with the lovely kind of like sci-fi effect there. Is there going to be kind of like platforming challenges? That's what I get by this vibe. With this kind of like tunnel going through there, with some cars, I think, sci-fi cars, or I don't know, vehicles, whatever you want to call it, going through that tunnel there. So is there going to be a little bit of like jumping across different platforms, jumping across those vehicles there to get to the next level? I think yes. I could be wrong, but I love this. This is why I do a little first impressions first of the box art. What is that box art telling me as a gamer? What am I going to be expecting when I jump into this game? And I love it. And that's what I'm getting so far, which I think is really lovely. Yeah. And the colours as well. I mean, come on, I think the colours are going to be so bold, so bright on this. Again, it is screaming Ratchet and Clank vibes, isn't it? And this was such a colourful game. It was so bright, so vibrant, so dense as well. And it really was like jumping into a Disney Works movie. This really was, or a Disney movie. It was very much the first time for me actually sitting down, playing on this new piece of hardware and actually going, yeah, actually, I can tell this is next gen. I can really tell this is next gen. It was like a movie. And again, if you have not played this, and I know there are some people getting their PlayStation 5 for Christmas, or maybe you've already opened it, Leone. Leone. Fan of the channel, we love Leone. You must play this game. Do not sit on it. And because it is a Sony first-party studio that made this, it takes into consideration all the lovely haptic feedback that is built into these DualSense controllers. It really, really does go to town with that. So yes, this is another must play if you really want to experience how this DualSense works. You've got trigger sensitivity, walking on different terrain. Again, the different haptics feedback, even just through that, is incredible. And of course, there's so many different guns you can use in this game as well. So of course, each gun kind of has its little own quirk with the DualSense. So yeah, absolutely, definitely do not sit on this game if you haven't played it. It is a must. And I believe it is actually sitting in the PlayStation Plus package now. So go ahead, if you're a member, go and download it and go and play it basically for free. So yeah, absolutely, it's a must play. But anyway, so I'm hoping that maybe the DualSense is going to be firing off left, right, and centre. I don't think this is a first-party studio at all. I really don't think so. It's It Takes Two. I believe this is on multiple platforms. So it probably won't be deep diving into that DualSense as much as Astrobot or Ratchet, but I'm hoping there will be some really awesome feedback there. So yeah, really cool. Flipping this over to the back then, and what a shame. What a shame. And it just goes to show that a lot of these modern releases on PlayStation 5, they just leave all the text, all the rubbish, all the stuff that probably could have been put in the manual on the back here, and then unfortunately, wow, nothing at all. How disappointing, and what a shame that Box Arts have gone to this now. I mean, they could have done at least a little bit of Yote. Yote had quite a nice big picture of Etsu, herself, which I thought was really nice, and then they dropped a lot of the text down the bottom there. But what a shame, a very, very small image here. And unfortunately, as a gamer, that doesn't really entice me that much. It is just the two protagonists here, one standing against one of the flashes that is obviously seen in the more sci-fi section, and then the other one standing there actually more in towards that medieval vibe, but quite dark as well. You can't really see too much what is going on here, and it is just them looking into the camera. No action there, no shooting, no slashes, no gashes, no nothing. So yeah, what a shame. But nevertheless, that is kind of what we're seeing these days, isn't it, on these modern releases on PlayStation 5. They want you to buy their games digitally now. They don't really want to give you a beautiful experience that you would get back on the PlayStation 2. Like I said, because they want you to get that digital download. It's cheaper. They don't have to then manufacture all this plastic, do they? But it's such a shame, because collectors like me and some new collectors, that I've inspired, are not going to get this full experience, which is such a shame. But anyway, there we go. We will take a sip of coffee before I lose my words and before we get on into the somewhat manual and the disc. So yeah, let's go. We haven't had one yet, or have we? I don't know. Let's just take a sip. Beautiful. All right then. So yeah, here we go. Let's just give it the artsy game a pop. Ooh. Okay, and yes, here we go. So we do have a nice disc. Okay, we have a slip. So we are going to have a little look at the slip. And then we have some health and safety warnings. But this is a book, guys. What the hell? Need help with the game. Okay, so it does direct you to websites to help you with the game. It's a shame that obviously it's not in a manual, which is really upsetting. But yeah, there we go. We do actually have a little bit of a book. Maybe, yeah, it's in multiple language, hence why it is in a book here. But okay, what a shame. But we'll put that to one side. All right then, well, we'll start with the disc. Again, a little bit of a shame. Yes, I do appreciate... Oh, that is upside down. We will sort that one in a minute. I do appreciate that it isn't just a straight copy and paste. But, I mean, if we're going that vibe, come on, put that on the front at least. Some sort of slash in there. You could have easily... you know, put a slash down the center of that disc there. Again, didn't even have to include both the characters. It could have just had like a really lovely, subtle kind of like space effect on one side, maybe with a few stars twinkling on one side, and then you could have had maybe some sort of castle on the other side there to represent that medieval mystery wonder vibe at the bottom there. So that's a real shame. They have just gone for the split fiction, and it looks like some sort of block work, very subtle, but block work that's going on there, which is nice. I mean, it's nice. It's just not black, but we will give the art scheme a pop, just to get that a little bit closer to the camera, just so you can see what is going on there. I'd say just a little bit of abstract artwork, really nice little bit of abstract artwork. Nice. If they were, well, they did do that. Maybe just make it a little bit brighter so we can actually see some of the lovely. I was about to say architecture because it looks like buildings, but yeah. There we go. Nothing too much to be said there, really. But yes, of course, you can see the Split Fiction logo on there, nice and visible, nice and clear. So yeah, you know what game it is if it does just kind of just get lost on the side. But I'm hoping, guys, you've been putting it back in your box if you haven't bought it digitally. But yeah, nevertheless, we've got the standard PlayStation 5 logo here. Nice white bit here, nice. I don't mind that at all, actually, but then again, I'm a sucker for white. I like white, so that white strip I think works. And then of course you've got your age ratings and stuff like that on the disc, and a few little other little advertisements, I guess, with different studios maybe that helped out, etc. So yeah, but we will give it the artsy game a flip, of course. And oh yes, now this should be absolutely pristine, because I bought this Amazon. This was no kind of CEX pickup. This was a brand new disc. And oh my God, yay, wow. Look at that. I think that's not the brightest we've ever been, guys, down that camera. So yes, guys, if you are enjoying the artsy game of mess and madness and having a good old laugh at me messing up my words, then yes, absolutely, definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel a ton. And can we reach 350 subs by Christmas? Let's make that happen. That'll be my Christmas present for sure. So yeah, definitely get sharing these videos around. Can we get to 350 by Christmas? Oh, right then. Okay, let's give it a bit of a, oh my gosh, wow. Okay, lovely. Right then, okay, so we do have a slip upside down. Gosh, oh my God. Oh, okay, lovely. Woo. Okay, so yeah, here's a slip. Is it giving us anything? It's the invite the friend to join. Okay, so actually this is probably going to be coming in very handy for me. I probably will need to read this a little bit because, yes, with Split Fiction, to be able to go and play 2-player online with your friends, only one person needs the copy. So this is how it's going to work. On December 24th, I'm obviously going to pop that in my PlayStation 5 and then invite David and Ryan to play this game. And like I said, it just needs me to have this, so I'm not quite sure exactly how it works. Of course, David and I will do a little bit of a practice run beforehand just to make sure everything is running smoothly. And then, yes, I will do a follow-up video on that just to show people how we did manage to connect and play successfully. So yeah, absolutely. But at the moment, I'm not 100% clued up on how that works. But yeah, I'm sure we'll just have to game share and yeah, send an invite to your friend and then yeah, play together. It is broken down in 4 simple steps, and I'm an idiot. I've said this on the channel before. I'm so dumb.
And I'm an idiot.
I've said this on the channel before.
I'm so dumb.
So hopefully, if this is nice and straightforward, then anyone will be able to do this and play with your friends. And yeah, we're going to call it a couch co-op. So yeah, how amazing is that in 2025, nearly 2026? We're going to be, oh gosh, we're going to be playing couch co-op. How amazing is that? You know, back in the old days when you would get your friends around and order a pizza and play on some video games. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have such a fun time playing that. But yeah, so there's the slip. And sorry, yeah, just going into obviously a little bit more of the art there. Really nice. It is just the same image that is displayed on the front there, but maybe just giving it a little bit more, I would say, emphasis on this character here, which is quite nice. Obviously, the backdrop there maybe just does take away from her a little bit because it is quite a busier background. So here you can kind of see her awesome outfit, actually. That is really, really great. Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. Very, very medieval, isn't it? Which I really do like. I do like medieval stuff. So that's pretty awesome. I love the colours as well. I actually do like the contrast of colours that they've gone for. That green against the purple, I think really hits. So yeah, that's nice. And her suit is so badass as well. And I love how her suit then goes into more of a, again, yeah, kind of like a medieval fantasy kind of world, which is really cool. And then yeah, her hand actually kind of zooms back up into actually more of a sci-fi suit, which is cool. So yeah, I believe each section that you're in will give you a different suit or something like that, depending on what character you're in. And again, that's the vibe that I'm getting literally just by the art, and that's what I love about this. You know, what is that art telling you before you jump into the game? So yeah, really wonderful. And of course, yeah, that's just in a different language on the back. So nice. But of course, we will just pop this back in. Absolutely. Lovely jubbly. Oh my god. God, it's not quite in yet. Oh, it's in now. There we go. Unfortunately, no reversible art cover on this either. That is a shame. Unlike Ratchet and Clank there, who did have a reversible art cover there. But yeah, look at that. Look how badass that is. I love the reversible one here because it is just kind of like that double page spread, isn't it? Oh, hey! Yeah, that is so awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Right then, guys. Well, actually, before I wrap up, let's get the advent calendar. And oh my god, it's in the retro room. So bear with me. Oh, I'm back. And here we go. So I believe we are on 22 now. Oh my word. Here we go. 22. 23. And then 24th is the date where we're going to be hooking up playing couch co-op. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that on TikTok. I know I do have a lot of crossover viewers between TikTok and YouTube. So yeah, it's such a wonderful community that we have built up. And again, I just want to say a massive thank you. And it isn't, it isn't, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So let's just admire this. I'll get there eventually. 2 seconds. Oh, okay. We all know who this is. This is Umbridge, baby. Okay. There. Actually, I've got to keep this in. I've got to keep this. This isn't Umbridge. Oh no. Isn't this the head teacher of Bowbatten? Oh! Okay. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh my gosh, what an offensive comment. Anyway, I'm keeping that in. I hope you appreciated that. I hope you had a good laugh at that. But yeah, I was so thought that was her. I thought that was Umbridge. The pink. Anyway, there we go. That is behind door number 23 today, guys. I've lost it. It's Christmas. It's nearly the end of the year. I've lost it. I say no more. Let's pop that back in number 22. All right then, guys. Well, that is it for today. And again, a massive reminder, and I will just be posting and reminding every day on YouTube and TikTok that yes, the 24th, David Adam Richards and Ryan and myself are going to be playing on Split Fiction, and start time 3 o'clock. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. Head on over to TikTok and we'll love to see you over there, as many viewers as possible, because it'll be a really, really fun thing to do. And then also, can I congratulate Jamie, who bagged comment of the day in my previous video, just basically telling us his nostalgia for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So thank you so, so much. I loved reading it. I love reading all your comments. It really does mean the world. And I was about to say, before I lost my words, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys giving me the awesome motivation to continue this awesome channel that I love doing each morning. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, a massive thank you. All right then, guys, that is me, the Artsy Gamer. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Over and out.